Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Oh, good stuff. Hey, Badir. Lonigan, Joe. Hey, Raj. What's up? Shanghai. Hey, Nate. Whole gang's here. Okay. Well, you guys had some excitement while while I was asleep. uh, so, yesterday I fell asleep, but I was gonna say look for a backfill, and boy, did we ever get a backfill. So that's a nice backfill. Um, I know a lot of you are hoping for the end of the world because we're down 50 points, but you're not going to get the end of the world scenario on a short unless we take out 68.13 and 67.95. Okay? Those are your trapdoor levels. Until those levels get taken out, anyone who's position long here who hasn't been flushed out already is still holding. Okay? Um, nice big flush. We have a set. We have one, two, three, four. I think 4 or 5 sets of single prints. You've got supply trapped above us. They marked the market up at the end of the day, backfilled it at night, but a little perspective. We're still in this. What the hell happened there? We're still in this big distribution. Okay, we're in a distribution. There's just you guys can romanticize it as much as you want on the short side, but remember that we are going into contract rollover. We have shorts that are trapped here in the gap, right? So they're front running. This is all the bids down in here are front running that gap, right? So overnight inventory is short. You also have a B-shaped profile. What's that? A B-shaped profile is when you have a profile that looks like the letter B. So you've got that. Hang on, I can draw a straight line. So there and there, right? So it looks like a lowercase letter B. All the inventory is being accumulated here. If inventory is short and we stay with inside yesterday's low, that's going to happen. You're going to have resistance at every set of single prints. That's okay. But most probably what we're looking at is back and forth. If we take out overnight low and we take out 68.13, we'll come down here and go back and forth here, right? Only if we break 67.88 will we get any serious down there, okay? So it's great. Like, I don't have anything against short sellers. I used to work with one of the most ruthless short sellers that ever existed, right? Okay, Iron Chef, are you on the call? Cool. Okay. So this whole inventory short thing. Now, if you're not a market profile trader, most likely you don't even know what inventory is, right? The reason that I drifted to market profile is because Jim Dalton was the only trader who actually knew what an inventory is or the inventory of the market. And I was like, how do people trade if they don't know what inventory and cost basis is? Well, they use indicators and crossovers and all that sort of stuff. I'm like, but they don't know anything about inventory. So market profile teaches us inventory is 100% short if all of the trading is underneath the previous day's close. So we are 100% short. Are you with me on that, Iron Chef? You still follow? All of the trading is underneath yesterday's close. Okay? Give me a yes or a no. I feel like Sean Connery in the in the Hunt for Red October. Give me one ping. All right. So if inventory is short, the normal, in quotes, business is to adjust inventory by going up. Now, if the close was here and all of the inventory was above the close, the normal reaction would be to short. So that's why I keep saying inventory is 100% short, because we are, the gap people would say that we opened on a gap because we opened underneath the close. For me, a gap is only if you open outside previous day range, but let's not get into that. If the market accepts outside yesterday's range, then it is a change in business. A change, there's a material change, right? But there is no change right now because we're inside yesterday's range. We're at the bottom of it, but we're still inside yesterday's range. So there's no change in business. Here's the thing. Everybody, because these ranges are so big, everybody thinks it's end of the world when we go like this and when we go like that. But it's just the rotation of this inventory. We are living in a world where the ranges of these markets are bigger and bigger and bigger. Do you guys not remember that not very few months ago, 6 months ago, we had a 500-point day in the ES? You guys remember that? How quickly the beautiful thing about financial markets is that people have very, very short memories and they forget. So you can scam them over and over and over again. That's the truth of it, right? I'm speaking as, someone who used to work for the scammers, right? People have very short memories and they forget things. This is a massive, massive inventory correction. And we are in a complete rotation. So anyone who made money shorting this thing last night, that's freaking awesome. I would not be short underneath yesterday's low right now. Now, when I bring up the 1-minute candle chart, you guys are going to see what I'm talking about. So that's what we're looking at right now. I'm looking for a move higher into RTH. Right? We were on earlier and we were buying the 34 area and selling 38, 39s, right? Look at the K period high. These are just fancy half-hour candles. That K period high just ran all the stops, right? Overnight point of control is here at 36. That's where the cost basis of the inventory is in the overnight session. So, and we just ran all the stops, right? So we're going to take this and try and sell it up here. Now there's supply here, right? That's why we stopped pretty much to the tick at that 41 level. See? 40 and a quarter, right? We stopped, back down, right? Good morning, folks on YouTube. Hey, good morning from Casablanca. Oh, very cool. Right? If things are random in your mind, it's difficult to remember. Exactly, Moran. But if things are not random, if you understand why things are working, a little easier to remember. So the reason we have larger ranges in this market and why that's normal is because the market makers have to spread their net capital. And if you don't know what net capital is, it's that every market maker and wholesale trader has a certain amount of capital that they have to commit to every instrument that they trade. So if market makers understand that if it's going to be volatile, they have to spread their net capital over a larger range. So think of a big piece of peanut butter and a big piece of bread and 1 spoon of peanut butter. Unfortunately, the bread keeps getting bigger and you still have that 1 spoon of peanut butter, right? I remember the flash crash. I love the flash crash. I bought a stock that had no bid. It was 0.0001 offered, and I bought 1,000,000 shares. And it went from 0.001 to 0.001. That was a nice day. And they didn't bust the trade, which was great. It was a stock I was making a market in. There was no bid, so I just stepped in there and started buying them and buying them and buying them, and then they just popped. It was a good day. That was a nice little trade, right? I love it when something's bid off. There's like no bid at all, right? Zero bid, trip one offered. That's a beautiful thing. The good old days, right? Yeah, I was consulting. Yeah. So what do we do now? I'm using the balance levels from yesterday, and the reason why I'm doing that, I want to show you guys. I drew a volume profile. Do you folks see where the volume is in this thing? Here, let me just... Do you guys see where the volume is? It's all here. The volume is in that 46 to 50 balance zone. And we did a look below and fail of 68.20. All right, we have a seller here at 41. We have inventory here. VWAP is there. So, exactly, Moran. Exactly. Right? So, what do we do now? We try and take all this cheap crap that we bought here, right? Remember, the nighttime is the best time to get a deal. So we take this cheap crap, everyone's asleep, right? We buy this and we're going to go and try and sell it up here. Now, we might not get up there, but if we could sell it above 50, that would be choice. Hell, even above 46. Right? Imagine if you were long 5,000 contracts between 29 and 37 and you're selling them between 46 and 50. That's not a bad night. Right? And that's the agenda of the market. So the bid right now is 28, 33, and if we stay above 37.5, we're going to rotate up to this 46 level. Okay? I don't think the selling's quite done yet. Right? If you want to make your wife happy, Iron Chef, book your profits and go to sleep before you get too tired, overtrade, and lose it all back. Right? And then transfer your winnings out of your brokerage account into her Louis Vuitton account, and everything will be beautiful. Right? That's all you got to do. Take your money, put it in her shopping account, and go to sleep. Right? Don't trade when you're overtired. Now, I know you've been up for a while. I don't know what time zone you're in. But if you've been up for a while, once you book some profits, especially at night, it's very easy to give it back. Yeah. Get some rest. What is it? It's like 2:45 in the morning, right? And I mean, if you are a chef, you're probably used to being up late at night all the time anyway. Most of my friends who are chefs never sleep, except in the morning. You know, they work crazy hours, right? But yeah, go get some sleep, right? And if you're long those 33s, You could sell a little in the 40s. You can sell a little at 46. I don't know how much of an inventory correction we're going to get. I'm kind of hoping what I'd like to do in a perfect world is go and fill that gap. I don't know if we'll get down there yet. Whoop, don't want to close that chart, right? That gap is down here. The gap fill is down here at 67.92. I think it would be very healthy before contract rollover if we could go there, fill it, and then pop back up. Right now, it doesn't seem like we're getting that because we are still. The other thing that I want you guys to think about, I want you to think about the concept of time. Okay? Look how much time we spent above the previous day low compared to the amount of time that we've spent underneath it. Then I want you to go and look at the volume underneath the previous day low. It's thin. There's not a lot of meat on the bone under the previous day low, and that shows up on our 1 minute candle as well. Now, if you're trading and you're just starting trading and you want a new balance zone, right? I'm kind of using a stale one from yesterday because I'm just fascinated with this big chunk of volume at 46. You could go and draw a new one here. You could just kind of do that and then double it to get your upper targets and your lower targets. But because I saw this look below and fail that was a nice look below and fail of 68.20. That's why I've kept the zone. I might redo them later, but for now, just use the balance zone from yesterday. Now, they're going to work. The reason why they work is because we're doing the same business, right? We're doing the same business every day. We're selling the same inventory. So it's not like we're running a tire store in the morning and a beauty salon in the afternoon and a bagel stand at night. It's the same business. It's the same inventory, right? Just like a big used car lot, right? Sell them. They can't afford the payments. They sell it back cheaper. We buy it back. We sell to the next round of suckers. $68.10. Yeah, if we broke 13 and tickled that 10, it'd be great to see the reaction. I don't think we're going to get it just yet. Let's see what happens when London opens in 9 minutes, right? Now, I did tell you kids that it was going to be a volatile year going into the end of the year, and it's going to be, you're going to have big ranges. So what does that mean for us? That means don't trade without a stop, okay? Make sure you admit you're wrong quickly because you don't want to be stubborn and wrong in a market where you can lose 5 grand in the blink of an eye, right? I mean, unless you got 5 grand to lose, in which case I'll send you my PayPal and I'll have more I'll have fun with the money, right? Here you'll just lose it. I'll send you a card if you send me 5 grand, right? If you're just going to throw money away, throw it my way. All the best stuff does happen when we're asleep, eh, Leslie? How's Rocky Mountain High today? How's Colorado? Windy? Oh, that's good. Colorado. It's going to be back and forth a lot. Um, Do you know where Greenwood Village is? Really? Okay. That's where all my old idiot partners live. All right, so we're looking for a trade. What do we got? I've never been to Colorado. I'm not allowed to go there. I'm banished. Too many skeletons in Colorado. Greenwood Village is Greenwood, wherever that place is. It's like a stock promoter's graveyard full of bad secrets. It's the one place I'm not allowed to go. Too much bad mojo. That's too funny. Yeah, I paid for some of those properties, some of those houses. Okay, and we're still patiently waiting for a trade here. Let me make this bigger. See, this is already distribution happening, ladies and gentlemen, right here. You can see, right? Whatever we've taken here, we're selling here. Now, there's a seller at 41 and 3/4. Make note of that. Hmm. No trade yet. Hmm. That seller is still there at 42. There was a gap from 41 to 66. Oh, is there? You know, I don't have that marked down. See how we're going into that red box as we're running out of supply? Now, if London opens in 2 minutes and it can't get any lower, we are going to go and chew. This red box is a box of supply. Think about it that way. When the market runs out of supply, it's going to go into that red box. It's like a storeroom. So trying to find a trade here, I can't really find one because there's no look below and fail, there's no look above and fail, and you can see that the it might have been the contract roll. You will see that the market's starting, like they're starting to bid the market up here, and they took that stop at 41 and 3/4, but there's a seller at 42 and a half, so that's okay for now. We'll sit and watch. We missed all the good stuff. The one time framing down. Oh, 4-hour chart. Sorry, forgot to put the 4-hour chart on here. I'm a little slow on the uptake, as my mother would say, this morning. This is the zone we're in. This is the middle of it. Look below and fail. Look below and fail. The next 4-hour candle. If the next 4-hour candle cannot break 68.31, we are going to go to the top of this last candle. I swear to God, this will really help you guys if you mark out where the sellers are. The sellers are just right under 54. 50 half is the top of that candle. So that's where you can expect selling. See? So if you're position long up to that level, say you're long 40, at 50 there's going to be a bit of a sell. Right? Let me just get rid of this. Now London's opening. My thoughts on contract roll. I think it's a great opportunity, Leslie, for people to cover their shorts before they roll into a contract that's 50 points higher. That's why we're getting that big up and down movement, right? It's the large traders and people who are offside trying to position themselves or clean up their blotters. There's also some people there's different hedging algorithms and all that stuff. But I honestly, and I'll say it over and over again. This is a speculator's market, which means this is a market which is ruled by fast, sophisticated, big money traders. And they are making a fortune going into the end of the year. Like imagine if you were long 1,000 contracts yesterday, say at 60, and sold them up at 68, at 68.60, 68.70, and you selling 1,000 contracts up to 94. And then some of the traders who are short 68.90 covering 54 on thousands of contracts. That's big money, right? Big ranges, big money, big candles, big business. There's the seller. See? There we go. So I didn't call out that trade because I was looking for a seller. We found our seller. Now, do we do a look below and fail of 37 and a half? What do you think? Let's open up the old trading software here because I don't even have that open. Going to come down to that overnight point of control, pretty much to the tick. See? Now, because it is a spec market, watch that overnight low. I mean that 37 half. going to wait till the next candle opens to show me where the seller is. Okay? So now I know that there's a seller here. Ah, come on. Right? Now the seller has moved from over 37.5 to under. So no reason for me to buy this. Right? If I was shorting and that seller moves down, that's great. Right? It's bidding here. Watch now. Let's make this bigger. There's the seller right there. 37.75. Right? Plain as the nose on your face. So if you were shorting and the seller moves down, the offer is moving down, that's good. If you're waiting for that look below and fail, right, it popped up, but the seller came back in, right? So the seller's at 37.5 now. So there's a little bit of cost basis right here. See? See how we're going sideways here? So if we can hold this level, like in a boiler room, if we get above 37.5, anyone who's short here is going to have to, we're going to force them to cover. Those are the mechanics of trading. Right? Let's see what kind of order flow comes in. If you're short, I'd put some bids down right before 33.25, maybe 34, 34.5 to see if you can catch any falling product. If you can't get filled and the offer starts lifting over 37.5, then you know that the sell order that London took lower, once those sell orders are complete, the market is going to rotate back up looking for supply. If there's follow-through selling, the market will take out 33.25. Here we go. Right? And I'll be looking for that overnight low. If we tag 33.25, look for the overnight low under 31 and look for another look below and fail of the overnight low. Those of you who are waiting for a long. Make sense? Don't buy it here. The market's still working out where the bid is. Sometimes there's business going on that you are not supposed to get involved in. Right? I would prefer to let the larger traders open up their wallets, work this out, and then go, oh, okay, now I can take a trade. I don't like trading where it's not clear, right? And at first, when you first start doing this, everything is not clear, right? And slowly pieces of the puzzle start coming together. So when a market's doing this, like we knew that London was going to liquidate a little bit because it always usually does, right? And that's normal behavior, right? But we seem to have bids around 34.5, 35. Let's see if they hold, right? There's Leslie's looking for a retest of the 35 look below and fail. And I think you could call that pretty nicely. There's 37.5. Now let's see, can we go tickle the 38s, right? Once we start printing 38, 38.25, 38.5, then we know that the offers are seeing buyers and they're lifting. Here we go. Nope, see? Sellers still at 37.5. Yeah, I usually like to redraw it every morning, but I saw it was working so well. You can just keep the same ones. Nice for the lazy trader. That's good, Moran. This little balance that we're doing right now, if we hold these lows, it'll bring in price stability and we'll do this. If not, we'll come back down to this 31 level and test it again. You sold 40 contracts at 37.5? Good, good, good. Nice trade, AO. Sold 40 at 37.5. Put some bids at 33.25. Put a lookout bid at 33.25 and see if you get filled. You should be able to get filled at half. And then I'd put a bid at 32.5 to see if it breaks 33.25. You can maybe catch some cheap product. That's a nice trade. I'm looking for the yesterday's low, right? See, and that was a nice simple trade. You saw a seller here repeatedly. You sell alongside that seller. You put your stop above 37.5 and you cover. Beautiful. Done, right? And see, he doesn't need, there's proof that once you start, you know what you're doing and you go and you sell 40 contracts at 37.5 and you cover them even at 35, right? That's 2 points on 40 contracts. That's good money. You don't have to look for a 40-point trade to make cash, right? Make your money and just relax, right? You don't have to trade huge ranges and capture the whole range. I know that's that's a big thing in retail trading. Like I want to capture I want to capture a 50-point range, and like ride it all the way down and then retire, right? It's not realistic, right? But sizing into a nice short like he just did, that's a realistic trade. That is something that you can practice with the micros, get good at, and then move up to the mini. Previous day low to the tick. Let's see if we break that now. Anybody have any questions? Now, folks, if you want to learn how to trade in an environment where you can actually learn something, come visit us at thetradingsyndicate.org. Steve's running that special. He's got the trading room and our AI coach, both for $19 a month. I know I sound like an infomercial, but it's the best value you're going to get. You're going to get actual actionable information. I was thinking about it last night, and my whole thing is I want a place where every person has access to actionable, intelligent financial information at the time it matters and then learn how to use it to make money. Because there's no use having a whole bunch of a crap ton of information if you don't know what you're doing, how to use it, how to manage your risk, how to keep the money you made, right? If you don't know how to do that, you're in big trouble because you'll go through these up and down cycles, right? So if you're long, say I'm long 32, 33, 34, right? Put put some sell orders out at the 35s and see if you get taken, right? So now we know that there's a seller here. Hey, Lake Show. The Just go to the tradingsyndicate.org. I've posted the link. Yeah, we want to empower retail investors, traders. Simple. See you, Johnny. Have a good night. Say hi to Port Jeff. Three in the morning. Uh, okay, it's tradable. There's going to be some nice trading today. Beautiful. Beautiful. See how it always, the trading is so much nicer after a big liquidation. You just have to wait for your setup. Now, what is an A plus setup? I'm going to talk about that a little bit while we're waiting for the next. I'm thinking I kind of want to go long, but I'd like to wait a little bit and see if we hold the previous day low. I don't need to get the cheapest price. I'm happy for them to clean out the inventory under 37 and go long from 37 to 41 a little bit later. I'll be happy with that on 510 contracts, right? Um, yeah, really want to make sure that everything we do, like our setup, a setup is just a repeatable business that you do all the time. Like make the bread, sell the bread. That is a setup, right? The A plus setup is you. How many times have you taken that trade? How many times can you talk about that trade for hours? Do you know the subtleties? Like the look below and fail trade. I was working with somebody yesterday and we looked at a period of time and we had 5 look below and fails of the same level over maybe a 3 hour period or a 2 hour period. And every single time it was a different trade. There was some subtle differences in that trade. And if you looked at it, then, somebody will be, I got stopped out, I got stopped out. Yeah, well, the trade's not always the same, right? The subtleties of that trade are what you're really looking for. I'm long 34.08 on 3 contracts, and I got rid of some of them at 35 and a quarter, and I'm flat. I had a 36 sell order, but it did not get taken, so I just popped out of it. Ah, Bollinger Bands. I haven't heard anybody using those in a long time. I have no idea how to use them. I had a buddy of mine who was obsessed with them in like 1997, and no one knew what the hell he was talking about. Nice. Well done, Johnny. Done for the night. Go get some sleep. Port Jeff is not going to run itself. Exactly. That's the Port Jeff way. Get in, get out, get paid, and then run for the hills. I like them with Keltners? I don't even know what that is. Yeah, you guys have some like compression expansion thing like a spring or something like that, right? Sounds very interesting. I have no idea how it works. Exactly, AO. Exactly. And that's what we want. We really want to teach people. We want to teach people how to make money and not overcomplicate their lives. You know, I have seen so many of my friends, they'll get into a trade, they'll be in it for like 3 days, you know, because they'll be using those stupid CFD accounts, and they'll just drain their bank account holding a bad trade. The trade goes the wrong way and they've lost all their money. I've seen that happen so many times. You know, you don't have to try and trade like a hedge fund, right? Even if you made 300 bucks a day, that's an extra 6 grand a month in revenue, right? And you can scale up. You can scale up. Let's see if we can hold the previous day low. And if we get underneath the previous day low, how much time do we spend underneath it? Let's see. Oh, it's basically balanced. Interesting. Under the previous day low, we'll be looking for that J low at 29, the H and I low at 28. Yeah, these markets are very, very, very precise. Is it a good idea to look at the next contract? No, it's good to here. I'll tell you what to look at when you're looking at the next contract. Don't worry about the price so much. Look at the volume. So the contract we're currently in, 129,000 contracts. The new one now is at 17,900, right? I would not use the new contract to predict. What time Pacific is my trading room on? Oh, okay. So it's the first one is at 7:30 in the morning UK time, which is 2:30 in the morning New York time. So Pacific time is 3 hours behind New York. So it'll be 11:30 at night for you, and then the let's see. So there'll be 11:30 p.m. for the first one, and then 6 o'clock a.m. for the RTH YouTube session. Yeah, and then we have execution labs where we have people come in and, oh, damn, I missed that. Should have been long 32. You snooze, you lose, JJ. Another look below and fail of the overnight low. So long 32, stop 31, sell 34, 35. That's not a bad trade. You know there's going to be sellers at 35. How much time did we spend underneath yesterday's low? A minute? Nice, Badir. Nice. Way to get in there and shave those points. Beautifully done. It's an hour to 12:30. The next session, So I usually do an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. And then if something weird is happening in the market, I'll hop on and do a Zoom. But I'm always around. I'm in the UK, so uh, I'm 5 hours ahead. And the room's open 24 hours. Oh, thanks. Thanks for listening. We appreciate all the folks who listen and subscribe and like and keep the YouTube algorithms fed. Everything's algos now. Algos in the market, algos on YouTube. You're gonna have an algo on when you should drink coffee. Ugh. Yeah, it's just choppy right here. I'm very curious what kind of correction move we're going to get as we get closer to RTH. But until then, there's some pretty decent trades. Oh, you're not bothering me at all. We want new people to come into the room. I know I sound like one of those Silicon Valley goofballs, but I really want to democratize trading. I want people to have simple information that they can execute on and make a living. I don't think you should have to spend 10 years learning market profile. I don't think that, you have to put in the work, but if you can simplify your analysis, your execution will be a lot better. And you stick to certain trades that you know, and when the market hits those trades, you get in, take the money, and then just go away before they take it back from you, right? Now, in my mentoring, I offer one-on-one lifetime mentoring, and I'll mentor people who just want to make a living, and then I also am mentoring some guys who are starting their own hedge funds, in 5 years or so. So I'm starting them early, right? Get them young, train them like a bird dog, right? So whatever you want, if you want to scale up your trading, if you're a $1,000 a day trader and you want to go to a $5,000 a day trader, a $10,000 a day trader, we can help you with that. If you've never made a dime and you don't understand how any of this crap works, I can help you with that. So, and it's the kind of room where the people who make money try and help the people who don't. It's not one of those, oh, I made this and you're an idiot kind of places where it's very sort of, what's that word you guys use? Inclusive. We try and help everybody out, you know. That's our goal. It's kind of slowing down now, isn't it? Hmm. So we do have a seller at 35. That's okay. It's had a busy night, AO. It might need a little bit of a break. You're a tough boss. Get to work. It's like, but boss, I already moved 50 points. Not enough. Ah, Johnny, the execution lab, the replay is in the JJ Live replay section. And it's also in the video section. It's amazing how, Moran, that's very true. It's amazing how many people really don't know a lot about this business, given that all your retirement money's in it you know, and Wall Street, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. Wall Street has an incredible way of keeping people confused. They love it when people are confused because these guys want you to say, listen, take all your money and give it to us. We'll manage it. You don't trade. You don't touch anything. We're the professionals and we'll charge you a management fee, right? I mean, look at BlackRock. They've got $13.5 trillion under management. Between them and Vanguard, those two clowns have what, 20 trillion in assets under management, right? You know, they don't want you trading. They want you to buy some stock, go away, come back and buy some more, go away. You know, they'll take your money if you trade. So we try and help you with that. Of course. There you go, Aaron. He who has all the marbles makes the rules, right? Look at Meta. I was looking at Meta this morning, and someone was saying that the stock's down. Do you know that Meta only trades 14 to 16 million shares a day, and it's got 2 billion shares available for trading in the float? But 80% of those 2 billion shares are locked up with institutions that are going to hold it for 30 years and have no intention of selling it. Remember, Wall Street is a street where money flows out and then never comes back. I mean, flows in. The money goes in, and then it goes to the Bentley dealership. Right? These cats want all your money. Yeah, we want your anxiety to go down. I want you guys to make some money, know when to trade, when not to trade. Like right now, I don't see a trade because we're going back and forth between the previous day low and that 35 seller, right? So for me, like when I see a candle pattern like this means relax and have a coffee and let the big boys and girls work this out, right? When I see a nice look below and fail, I'll take it, right? Look below and fail. Those kind of trades are nice, right? But when it's going choppy sideways like this, unless you draw a box and trade that box, that's perfectly viable, right? You could go and do this. You can go and trade the outside edge, right? That is a balance zone. That's a valid balance zone. You could do that. If it's really, really small, I'll leave it alone. Like this, I would leave alone. So you know the difference between that and that, right? That I wouldn't trade. That's more tradable, right? Yeah, and that's it for me. Thanks, everyone. We will see you at 9 o'clock. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'm JJ, vwaptrader1 on X, and we are the tradingsyndicate.org. Thanks, everyone, for being with us. Have a wonderful, safe trading morning, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.